Hello, guys. It's me, Butterfly Spirit 314. I have not talked about my pole classes in a while, so I thought I would talk about the third one that I took. I'm going to do another video about the fourth pole class I took. I think for each of them, I shared videos. So, in my third pole class that I took, it was my level one pole class, and I thought I had took more than that, than the two classes before it, but it turns out it was only two. So in my third pole class, I have to think about it for a minute, like what we actually did. So before I showed up to my pole class, I actually did a leg workout early in the day because I wanted to get my legs kind of warmed up and prepped before I went to class. Because my goal was that I wanted to make sure that I would be able to climb. Unfortunately, what happened when I got to class was that I definitely had the knee strength, so that was good. But my legs were not really as ready to climb as I thought they were going to be. And so I wasn't able to climb. But the thing of it is that there were other girls in my class. These were girls that I had never been in class with before. And they didn't really know much about climbing either. So in a way, there was kind of a camaraderie between us because, in a sense, like, neither of us were really able to like climb as well and stuff. But our teacher was like, well, hey, if you come to class more often, then you'll learn how to climb. So I've been trying to climb since my intro classes, and I'm making some progress now. But yeah, it didn't happen in the third class. In that class, what I did end up doing was I did end up doing some familiar moves. So I did the step around that I'm used to doing that I learned in intro. I got to do the a sit, which I like when I do a pole sit. I think a pole sit is fun. The only thing about doing a pole sit is that I have to like my inner legs are like basically squeezing against the pole so tightly and stuff that it can be very painful. That's the thing about pole that people don't know is that doing some pole moves can definitely be painful to do. And a pole sit is one of those things that a pole dancer has to build up resistance to doing. And I've kind of done that. I did do a video of myself doing a pole sit. And there was a girl in my class, she was like, you're just doing it like it's so natural. And I'm like, yeah, it is pretty natural for me to do a pole sit. But the thing is that it's still painful to do a pole sit. It still is. It's not like the pain goes away and things. It still is because it's like it's pinching against my inner thighs and stuff, and that really kind of hurts and stuff. But I'm building up the resistance and things to doing a pole sit. But that is on my channel, Butterfly Spirit 314. Like, so if you wanted to like go to my shorts and if I like, I have a video. I think it's called pole sit or something like that. I can't remember what I called it, but anyway, it's on my channel if you guys want to see that. I also got to do a side, I think it was a side spin, is what the teacher called it, and things. So I got to do that. We did something else in class. I can't even remember what the heck it was, but I really didn't feel as comfortable doing it because it was a move that was not, it just was something that me and the other girls really like. Um we really didn't like understand because we had to use like our lower like inside of our legs or whatever, and it wasn't as easy. It's easier for me to do things like if I'm going to do something using like the back of my leg, it's easy for me to do like a jasmine, for example. That's a move that I can do, which is pretty easy for me to do because I can use the back of my leg and things, which is fine. But that other new thing that we learned, I was just like, yeah, I can't do it. I just couldn't do it. Other than that, I really love doing a sit. I think it's really cool to do a sit. The great thing about doing the sit was that the pole was on spin, so I was actually able to like go around and things. So when a pole is on spin, it just makes it so that makes what we do look more fabulous and amazing because the pole is spinning itself. Doing a sit, if I'm doing it on a pole that's just kind of just staying still, it's a bit more challenging. It's not that I can't do it, but it looks better when we're doing it on a spinning pole and stuff. Um, let's see, what else did we do in that class? We did do climbing. What else did we do? I'm trying to think of what else I did in that class. I think with the climbing, one thing that I was kind of let down by though with the climbing was the fact that like I don't feel that like when I was trying to practice climbing and things, I kind of feel like the teacher I had wasn't really as helpful with helping me to climb and stuff. Like I don't feel like I was really getting that one-on-one attention with climbing and things and stuff. So that was kind of one of the reasons that I decided to, for my fourth pole class, which I'm going to talk about in the next video. That was one of the reasons why I decided to take a different, take the same pole, like take a level one pole class, but to take it with a different teacher was because I didn't feel like I kind of got that one-on-one, guidance like I wanted to with climbing and things. So that was kind of one of the things that caused me to like change instructors and stuff, which is I think it's good. I think there are some instructors that are good at teaching certain things. And the teacher I had for the third class, I don't really think that I didn't feel like I got that level of support that I wanted in things. She helped another girl, but I don't feel like I got the level of attention I wanted or whatever and stuff. But there are things that the teacher was good at teaching. I mean, I've had her for two other pole classes, but um, I did make the switch in my fourth class. Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Um, there was somebody who was supposed to be in class and they didn't show up. So I think it was only like five of us instead of six of us in class and things like that. Other than that, I think the class pretty much was fine. We got some like time with the spinning pole and things like that. The last couple of classes, I didn't get any exposure to the spinning pole, even though I've done like been on a spinning pole before and things. But it was okay, I think, by and large. But I just think I was kind of let down a little bit by by like the climbing part. But I think otherwise it was fine. It was still an hour-long class and things like that and stuff. And I still made some progress in pole. So I think that that was good. Every class I go to gives me experience. And I really, really, really like that. Um, I don't think there's anything else I can really remember much about it or anything like that. I do remember it was a cold fan in there. It was like chilly. When I was warming up, I was next to like this really cold fan and stuff because we had to spread out. But in the room that we were in, it's kind of in a back room. And so like I was next to the fan and it was like chilly and stuff and things like when I was kind of watching like the demonstrations and stuff or whatever. I of course I moved away from the fan, but that is something I do remember about that too. I did share the poll with another girl in class. I typically like to have a poll to myself, but in this particular class, since there was five people, I had to buddy up with somebody, which was fine. My poll partner, she was fine and everything, but I prefer to do things like on like the poll myself and things like that because I feel like having your own poll allows you to like learn to do more stuff and spend more time on the poll rather than like having to share it. But it was still fine otherwise. But that was my level one, my third level one class experience and things like that. Um, so yeah, I think that's all. Thanks for watching. Bye.